All right, team. Hey, welcome to Tuesday. I'm doing a video sitting down today and kind of regretting it already because the framing is terrible, but it is what it is. Derrick Evans here, VA Home Loan Specialist, NMLS 155010. Today we're going to talk about a little bit more about crypto today. And a lot of people say, hey, that's cool that you talk about crypto, but how does that affect real estate? Well, I can promise you this. When Bitcoin hits, 100,000, 200,000, when it hits 500,000, a lot of people will be rotating out of crypto into real estate. In fact, if you think the greatest bull market in real estate has already come and gone, or if you think we're in it right now, I promise you we're not. I'll guarantee this. So I guarantee it. I don't care who tells me I can't. I'm telling you, I guarantee it. The biggest bull market in real estate has yet to come. And it's not just crypto that's going to cause it either. The next time we have a stock market correction, a lot of people are going to be pulling money out of stocks, moving into real estate. I promise you. The market already told us this. The market already talked to us when COVID hit. Let's not forget, when COVID hit, it was as scary as could be, right? I mean, they told us that we had to stay in our houses. You couldn't leave. They were telling us they were basically making us believe that people were going to be dropping dead on the street. And people went and bought real estate hand over fist. So just trust me on this one. The market has already spoken to us. The most obvious thing in the world. 20 years from now, you'll look back and go, oh, yeah, I should have seen that. That's what's happening. So let's talk about what they did with this here. All right, let's bust this out. So who is this guy? Gary Gensler. Who is Gary Gensler? That's a Bitcoin chart. We're going to take a look at it here in a second. So the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, made this video. I'm going to post the link to this video. And so you can check it out. Let me just make sure I got this framed right. All right. Let's move me over here. Okay. So he makes this video, and it's a very short video, but it's good. I mean, he's talking about how, there's a lot of people who want to invest in cryptocurrency. It's very scary because, it's not regulated. There isn't safety. There's no trust, like when you invest in a 401k or an IRA or the stock market, etc. And this guy actually taught at MIT. He taught, I believe it was 5 years, he taught classes about cryptocurrency. Now, he's not a huge fan of cryptocurrency. I bet you he doesn't own a lot of cryptocurrency, although he probably will soon. I wish we could get insider buying information about crypto. Oh, think about how valuable that would be if you knew when Nancy Pelosi was pulling the trigger on Bitcoin. There are a couple Twitter accounts that are totally awesome. Hopefully I'll remember when I finish this video, that actually follow congressional purchases of stocks, insider trading. The only legal insider trading that can take place. In case you didn't know, I shouldn't assume you know this, Congress can buy stocks with insider information, and it is totally legal for them to do so. There are Twitter accounts who follow these filings and let you know that you don't know at the time they do it. You don't know until the filing takes place, but you can see what they've bought, and they're buying options on stocks they know or they think are going to do well based on information they have that's inside info. Anyone else does it, jail. They put Martha Stewart in jail for the same thing. Okay. So that said, this is good. And I'm going to break this down very, very simply for you. If the SEC and the government wanted to destroy Bitcoin, all they would have to do is just not allow it into the safety zone. Not allow it into the crosshairs. Right now, it is a little crazy. Think about this. There's no regulation at all for like Binance. Coinbase has some regulation because they actually filed an IPO for their company. But Coinbase is not a cryptocurrency. It's an exchange. Now, the exchanges itself, there's no regulation for exchanges. So you and me could open an exchange and we could start, if we knew how to program computers, we could set it up and tell people they're buying Bitcoins and they might not actually be buying them. Who's actually behind there making sure that you're buying an actual Bitcoin? You think you own Bitcoin because it says so on your Coinbase account, and you're probably right. But there's a bunch of other ones out there you're buying in it. Do you really know if there's a Bitcoin behind that, or is it just a number on your screen? He's got legitimate points here. It's very Wild West. You may have bought 5 Bitcoin back when they were $1,000 on some weird exchange somewhere, and it goes to $1 million, and you think you have $5 million, then you found out you bought nothing. Where's the coins? So this is a great thing, and the market's not reacting super well to it. I think, although here, actually, we have here's the real chart today. And I'm going to zoom in a lot more on this and kind of show you what's happening with short term. This is a daily chart for Bitcoin on Binance. Let's just straighten this guy up a little bit here. We don't need all this range. So, right now we have just a typical retracement to the 382 coming in. We're seeing a little bit of a sell-off today, although it's bouncing off of this number, which is good because this trend line could be the new trend line that we're setting here, which is nice, and set us up to get to 50K in not too long, which I do think is going to happen. But as of this moment, the market's still not reacting well to this because it doesn't understand it. The thought has always been regulation, bad for Bitcoin, bad for crypto. But you have to understand, if you believe that Bitcoin is going to $1 million, $500,000, that it will be owned by institutions and every big company that exists will have Bitcoin on their balance sheet, Disney will have Bitcoin on their balance sheet, and ExxonMobil will have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. If you believe that all that is going to happen one day, then this is a step that has to take place. If you look at the timeline of where we are today to that time, 100% this has to happen. There's no way we get there without this. Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy. Elon Musk, Tesla. What's Jack's last name? Why is it escaping me right now? The guy who owns Twitter, or the CEO of Twitter. Square bought Bitcoin sort of on exchange, outside of this realm, which they can legally do. But in order for those big Fortune 500 companies, for Johnson & Johnson to buy Bitcoin, it's going to have to be approved, regulated, overseen by the SEC. So what is so great about this video, and you should watch it, is he's saying, listen, it's not safe, and we need to make it safe. We can do that. And so that's what I'm suggesting that Congress does. That's what I'm suggesting that we do at the SEC. This is why they have not approved a Bitcoin ETF yet, because they have some safety measures that they want to put in place. And I agree. Not only should they be there, but if we really want Bitcoin to moon, they're going to have to be there. You're going to have to open up the institutional floodgates. It's just simply not going to happen until this takes place. So bravo, great, this is excellent. For people who may be conspiracy theorying this and saying, oh, well, they're just going to try to rein it in, they're going to control it, they're going to keep people from being able to do this and do that. Listen, the Bitcoin market is already manipulated. It's already being manipulated, but there's absolutely no regulation. So the manipulators love it. They can do whatever they want. Now, they can manipulate the heck out of the stock market too. Don't get me wrong, even though that's regulated, but there are limitations. You can't just infinitely do things the way that you can in crypto right now. So I do think that would be good, because long term, particularly with Bitcoin, I would say Ethereum as well. I can't tell you if any other crypto has any value at all. I do own Cardano and XRP, but I can't tell you if there's any other crypto besides Bitcoin, probably Ethereum, that you can say, hey, this is a good long-term bet. Like, you should, buy this in small increments over time and just watch it go higher. I don't know if there's any other one that we could say that about. So this is all very, very good. A couple other things here. So we looked at the chart. I'll just touch back on that really fast. This is the potential new trend line here if this 382 holds, which it looks like it's going to, but you never know. This is a daily chart. Okay, we're 3 minutes away from the day finishing. So this is going to hold. We're going to open up a new candle over here. It looks like right on the trend line. So I would expect that when the day rolls over here in a few minutes, and maybe we'll still be doing this video, you'll see this open up here, and I imagine it's going to go higher. That's what would make sense based on this. Let's see here. What else we got? Let's take a look at the oil got hit today a little bit. All right. Stock markets, it's just green, man. It's just green every day. It's like crazy. Oil down to around $70 again. Another good entry point if you've missed the boat so far. Gold's still right at $1,800. Bitcoin down to that 38,000 that we were just looking at. So it's down a little bit today. You're seeing Ethereum take a little bit of a ding today as well. Really just across the board, crypto taking a ding today because of this video. And it scares off people who don't understand what the actual path to $1 million Bitcoin is and what it looks like. There's one other thing I want to mention too here before we talk about mortgage rates. CDC issues new eviction ban effective through October 3rd. I did not know that the CDC could do this. Did anyone else know that the CDC could do this? Since when does the CDC have the power to, launch an eviction ban? I just didn't know they could do it. So anyway, it's effective through October 3rd, so that is going to continue. We will have to wait until October, see, maybe they'll extend it again, to see if there's going to be any impact on the real estate market here. My guess is that you're not going to see it. I don't think it's going to be enough. If we get some inventory, great, we need it. Let's look at mortgage rates. Okay, so here's mortgage bonds. I'm looking at the 2% Fannie Mae coupon here. Look at this trend line. Look at this. How pretty is that? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Here's the 200-day. Now, you'll see that the 200-day is kind of, it's rounding out here, but mostly it's lower. So we really don't want to return to the 200-day until it starts actually to creep and start moving higher. If we return to the 200-day after it's sort of turned around and started moving higher, that is going to be a super bullish moment for bonds. This still looks bullish, even though it looks like we may have closed right at support here, which is previous resistance, is now support. This is still at a great place, okay, because we have support here and we have the 200-day down here. So this is a great place. That said, in the short term, we could return to the 200-day, which is another, 30 basis points lower. So this is still a lock day. This is still a lock day for purchasers. People who, if you like your savings with your current refinance rate at this level, pull the trigger on it. Don't mess around. We've had a lot of uptrend. Look at this. Since mid-June and that one bad day with the Fed, after that, we've just been straight higher. So, at any point in time, we could give up half of this. We could return to here, and it would still be bullish. Remember, 50% retracement here, still, and a bounce off of that is still bullish. So, we could lose a lot of ground here and still be in a bullish position, but it doesn't mean that the rates won't be worse. So just note that, hey, we've had a great run here. We're in a good position. If we can, hold off this quick short-term move back down here and just hang out above this 200-day moving average, this thing could go much higher. We could see a return to the all-time lows in mortgage rates. That is a possibility. It is on the table. But I just want everyone to be careful because they're very good at faking us out. In markets that are manipulated, and I don't think there's a market that is more manipulated than this one. In markets that are manipulated, they are very good at faking us out. Look at the shakeout on Fed Day here. Just burn everybody out and then scorch higher. And then here was another one. This was another Fed scare. And then scorch higher. They're just shaking out weak hands and running it from there. And so anything could happen. We could see this again. We could see that, boom, back retrace down here. And we'd still be okay, with rates and the long-term prognosis. But it's just not what we want to see. What we want to see is maybe we come back to the 200 and then bounce higher. Or maybe we just retrace to this little support level right here tomorrow and then we bounce higher. That's what we really want to see because remember, higher bond prices equals lower mortgage rates. All right, team. I don't think I'm going to do videos sitting down ever again. So if you want to get a good look at the couch in my office, now is the time. I am going to go back to standing moving forward. Everybody have a great day. I hope it helps. I'll talk to you soon.